They say nice guys finish last, right? Well, the best back in the best shape of my life. Like the checks cash and now they paying the price, right? In showdowns I showcase my skills. Throw weight around, my weight in pounds tipping the scale. Shit, we taking this whole year. Catch up.
Hello, Holly.
Hi, Andrea.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
Holly Bickle, why are you doing radical body transformation?
Well, I started here at the gym probably a year ago and just really kind of found my groove, and I really enjoy it here. I like the group atmosphere. This gym really feels like a family, and I think me not being very athletic and not doing many sports, I've really kind of found myself at the gym and found something that I love. And with your guidance, I really feel like I'm starting to excel.
Do you mean to tell me that as gorgeous as you are today, you weren't involved in any sports as a younger person?
No, not really. I wasn't a very physical kid. I was kind of tall and skinny and knock-kneed.
I'd like to point out that although we're sitting down, Holly is very tall.
I did swimming, so that was my thing.
That is his sport. What is it specific about the radical body transformation, this platform, that kind of drew you in?
I think it'll give me that motivation and just the additional knowledge to get me where I want to be. I want to be the best version of myself through help with you and coaching on my nutrition, and even having the team to work with and encouragement give me that motivation and that extra step to really push myself to see what I'm capable of.
Is there something that you see that you want to sort of aspire to, like specific?
I don't know if I have anything specific. My posture is not the best. I work at a desk all day, look at a computer. I'd like to really improve that. Work on my arms. I know we've worked with my legs a lot, so I think upper body will be our next tackle. I don't know whether I'll ever get abs, but I mean, maybe that would be one of my goals. I don't know.
I'm hearing what you're saying in terms of let's go to that next level. Let's see those arms. Let's see those shoulders. That's my job with you, and we're going to get there one way or the other, let me tell you. Is there a stage in Holly's future? Does she potentially in the future see herself on a stage with some beautiful shoes and a fantastic outfit with glitter and...
Well, I'm never going to say never. I mean, who knows what the future brings. I think you always have to have a tangible goal that you're looking towards. So yeah, I would consider it.
To have somebody so willing, enthusiastic of a participant to come in, bust their hump, eat what they need to eat, drink what they need to drink, supplement with what I'm going to suggest that we supplement. I can't wait to sit down for an interview in 6 months.
No, me too. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to the guidance, having you there and hold me accountable and pushing myself to that next level and seeing what I can do.
When David Long, my husband, says to me, I think I want to do this radical body transformation, I just can't even believe it. And I want to say why, but I'm not going to answer the whys. Only David Long knows the why. So I'm going to throw this over to David Long and he's going to tell us.
All right. Well, I think it starts way back when we first met. I actually worked downtown Toronto. I was working out in my basement for a while, doing the best I could, but I really didn't know what the heck I was doing. But one of the girls at the office said I should go to a gym, and there's a gym around the corner. So I joined a gym, and I thought that if I maybe hired a personal trainer for 3 sessions or so, they kind of show me the ropes and teach me how to work the machines and everything. And of course, my trainer was Andrea Johnson. And right away, sparks kind of flew. But she was the consummate professional, there's a real, obviously she has to act professionally. She can't be flirting with her clients.
Love at first sight. I looked at his eyes and I was done.
So we were very professional the first little while there. You got me set up on a great workout system. I got huge benefits back then. This is way before we had children, obviously, before we were married and everything, right? Well, we weren't even married, of course. The plan Andrea put me on got me great results. I put on like 25 pounds in muscle. I was playing baseball at the time, and I think I was hitting home runs like every week after that. Fast forward 10 years later, and we're married. We've got 2 children. We built this beautiful shrine here, Bodilogix. During that process, life got in the way. She works about 90 hours a week here, so I kind of end up being the main child raiser, or whatever you call it.
David Long is Mr. Mom, and I'm going to say opening your own gym in a small town that you just moved to and you know nobody is a great idea, and I had no idea what I did. So in terms of how much work and how much time and how much, when they say blood, sweat, and tears, there was blood, there was sweat, there was tears, and there was children, and there was a house, and there is lots to do. And David Long is the most phenomenal man, because he took on the role of raising our kids for the most part. Well, I got this off the ground, and he comes to fix doors, and he comes to paint walls, and he comes to plunge toilets. I'm really excited that it's his turn.
And it was a struggle. There were many times when Andrea was here so many hours, it even kind of jeopardized our relationship. There's no doubt there. And there were some rocky times, and what can I say? I make a good wife. We did. Whenever I used to come here, it was difficult to focus and train because I always had to fix something. Or even though we own the place and I've got one of the best trainers in Northumberland here, I didn't utilize the gym. So when Radical Body Transformation, season 2, I was notified of that. I thought, what a great opportunity for me to kind of rekindle that thing that we had back then, and help get me back into a great physical shape again. And I had a radial fusion in my neck about almost 2 years ago, and that was really tough, obviously, with the surgery. And I lost a lot of weight back then just because I wasn't able to do things. So that's all healed, and I'm healthy. So the kids are older now. They're 11 and 8. They're absolutely fabulous. They're here all the time at the gym, and we love them to death. But I want some time for me again, and that's why I thought. I know you're so busy, right? But I asked Andy if she could train me. He said yes. So we're going to work out an interesting schedule to make it work, and maybe it'll even help, rekindle a little bit of extra romance as well. Can I say that on camera? As
he gets older, and we're getting older, I think, my God, what a great set of glutes, and what I could do with those.
What's a glute again?
I remember having so much fun with his body before we got married.
Yes, so do I. You get ready for this? How much do you think I weigh right now?
172.
Not bad. I'm at 168 before I put my shoes on. Isn't that crazy? I've always been body conscious, because a lot of people, and I see so many great people involved, and especially from Bodilogix this year for Radical Body Transformation Season 2. There's some great people. There's only a couple of fellas from Bodilogix, but a couple of our women are losing substantial amounts of weight. And I'm extremely proud of them, because they're working on their body image. But, people say, oh, Dave, you're skinny, you're great, but I have that in a sense as well. So, I was always the skinny kid going to the gym, all the big guys were pumping iron and I didn't. So there is that self-confidence issue. And I just thought that now that the kids are older, we got time, I'll be able to do this for myself and get myself to where I've always wanted to be. You might remember this, but when we first started dating, Andrea used to write me love letters all the time. And I brought a few of them today. So can I do that? Do you mind?
Go ahead.
All right, get this. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. Here's what they say. Bicep curls, 3 sets of 10. Romantic, eh? This is another good one here. Military chest press, 4 sets of 8. This one gets me every time, I swear. Lying leg curls, 4 sets of 12.
That's love, baby. That's love. Are you going to let your dad work out and give him some time?
Yeah.
Okay. I would need a copy of this because I need to replay this whenever I need to. Are you going to let your dad have some time and work out with your mom?
Yep.
It's a done deal. I'm really excited to talk with Melissa because her story is like so many other stories in terms of, the females out there watching.
I was born and raised in the area. I was
Cobourg, Ontario.
Yes, Cobourg. I was raised in Grafton and put on quite a bit of weight out there. Just as a child, didn't get out and do enough. Got into high school and didn't really change. Saw a picture of myself at Christmas time when I was 18 years old and thought, who the heck is that? So I dropped all the weight. I dropped about 60 pounds and got down to the body that I wanted to be. And then I got pregnant. And when I got pregnant, I gained everything and then some back. So I gained about 100 pounds when I was pregnant and was all gung-ho to get it off as soon as the doctor gave me the all clear. And that day came and went, and here we are 2 years later. So I'm ready to get it off again.
There's a misconception that as soon as you pop that baby out, bingo bango, you're just gonna go hit the gym and you know, take it off. And there's the odd female out there you look and you go, is they do that.
Yeah.
But for the rest of us, the fact of the matter, I think you can agree, is when you take on the new responsibilities of being a first-time new mom, that's priority one. Melissa gets lost a little bit in those first few years. I think your timing is perfect.
Thanks.
I think it only makes sense after 2 years for the body. From my perspective as a trainer and an exercise physiologist, it's really only after 2 years, a year and a half, 18 months, that your body's even really prepared ultimately to do this. I'm going to say that to everybody out there, so letting you off the hook. But now is your time.
Yes.
Why did you want to participate so publicly?
It actually came at a good time. I've been struggling with myself for the last year. I've been trying really hard to get back into weight loss and get back to the gym and all that good stuff. And I have tried a number of different gyms, and I've tried a number of different tactics. I've tried having Facebook groups with friends and trying to keep each other accountable. I've tried planning everything out for myself and planning out workouts, planning out diet, planning out everything. And it took a lot of self-reflection, but I've noticed with myself that the biggest thing for me that's going to lead to my success, and what led to my success the first time, was having a trainer there to kind of kick me in the pants and get me going. So it just happened that I was at my desk, sitting at my desk, which is, you know, not helping this, but sitting at my desk reading the newspaper, and I came across the show. And that day I came in, I think I got an application, brought it back the next day, and here we are.
I was the one that happened to be here when Melissa brought in the application, and thought to myself, oh, good golly, I hope she comes back. I really hope she comes back, because she's somebody who really needs to be doing this.
Yeah.
And here you are.
Right now, I've been here for about 2 weeks, and it's been a fantastic 2 weeks. I've had a number of really fantastic trainers, and I don't use the term the best trainer in the world very lightly, but I have described you as that to a few of my friends. Coming in, I wasn't sure how we were going to go about things, whether it was going to be kind of cookie cutter like everywhere else, or if it was going to be tailored to me. And you surprised me, took a look at me, you said, stand there, I want to take a look. I want to see how you stand, I want to see what you're made of. And that's not something I've ever experienced before. It was really, really cool to have somebody actually take the time to look at my personal body and say, this is what you need to change before we can even start working out.
I got a message from you yesterday.
You did. I messaged you last night to mention that I have shin splints happening.
Surprise!
I've had them before, and I've used the KT tape to try and help them out. Got new shoes, all the works. Went to the doctors, talked to the doctor about it. Not a whole lot helped. They told me to kind of back off the training, so I did. And this is the result.
You've got every ingredient needed to succeed. And I know I'm one of those ingredients, and you're one of those ingredients. And this is one of the ingredients. You could put all three of us together, and I'm really excited to sit down with you when we do in 6 months, and for people to see what you've been able to accomplish.
Me too. I'm really excited about it. Can't wait to start.
Awesome.
I am at Bodilogix. It's been like a year and a half since we've been here. We're now here for season 2. Here with a new trainer, Alison. She's gonna be working with Mark. And he's got an exciting story from what I understand, and he's about to embark on a new journey.
So Mark, tell us why you're here. Tell us about yourself.
I'm 50 years old, and I used to be an athlete since the age of 16. There were 2 things that I'd really hoped to get out of my life. One of them was to marry a woman that I adore and love. I was lucky and able enough to do that 15 years ago. And the other was that I could reach a level of fitness I believed I had the potential of. I never did that. I was very athletic in high school and into university. Started partying at a pretty young age. I've dealt with alcohol-related problems for more than 30 years. 2 months ago, I got back from a 1-month stay at a rehab facility in Ontario. It was very challenging, as you might imagine. A lot of good things came out of it. There were a lot of things that I didn't like about it, but I can't change their policy and procedure. I can only change my own policies and procedures, which I believe is part of what I'm doing. I have gone through dry spells in the past, quit drinking for 2 years straight, fell off the wagon, did it again for 1 year and fell off the wagon. Both times I did without the support or a 12-step program. This time is completely different, even though it's only been 4 months. There's a lot more freedom with doing a proper program and not trying to do it by yourself. So I'm no longer a dry drunk. A huge weight is off my shoulders. A lot of people won't believe this, including my wife, who separated for more than a year. While I hope to reconnect with her in the future, whether I do or don't won't stop me from what I'm doing here today. It won't cause me to carry on with any other addictive behaviors as far as I can feel or tell right now. It feels like I've been apologizing to people that I love for the better part of my life. A lot of that kind of goes in one ear and out the other maybe now. I think that the only real amends that I can give to my family and friends and myself is to be the best person I can be. And doing this is a big step in making amends to myself. I need to apologize to myself for abusing the only life I have and the only body I have. So I'm lucky that I've realized that I need a trainer. It's more than a one-person job, and I need the help of someone like yourself, Alison, to point me in the right direction and help me with stretching and the exercises I need to attain the goals that I'd like to achieve.
Why did you choose this challenge?
Well, I've always had physical and emotional self-esteem issues. My weaknesses have always been my shoulders and perhaps my leg strength. A lot of that's coming back just through getting a little more flexible. I'd like to look better, more importantly, feel better. Physical fitness goes a long way to feeling better emotionally and obviously physically. The training that I've been doing recently has been pretty mild in comparison to what I expect to be doing in the very near future.
I think you're very intelligent to acknowledge how much fitness is a part of mental wellness as well.
Part of the courses that I took in rehab suggest we be wary of replacements, turning one addiction into another. However, I'd be happy to be addicted to fitness, something positive.
How long has it been? 5 months?
4, I guess, since I really got started.
Why is that, Miss Holly?
Well, in the beginning, I wasn't really on track with my nutrition. I was okay with the workouts, but for the first month, I kind of didn't take it very seriously and was kind of overwhelmed by the amount of information we were getting. Now I feel like it's finally on track, and through the help of the Lose It app, I think knowing what you're eating and staying on track and allowing you to be able to see what I'm eating is also really helpful, and just making sure that I'm eating the necessary things to be able to get the results I want.
Nutritionally speaking, what's been the biggest struggle to overcome?
Saying no to family and friends, I think it's been the hardest thing. Like when you're going out, you feel obliged almost to have that drink with people, and I think I've said this at our RBT meetings that we have every couple weeks, that it's so hard to say no. You feel the pressure of others that you're missing out. Like you're not really missing out because you're there, but everybody else around you's having a drink and going appetizers or whatnot, and you're sitting there having water. So it's just hard, and they're charging
the Perrier and fancy glass with some lime or lemons.
Oh, for sure, yes. But it's just, you feel like almost like you're missing out. Now it's so much easier to say no, and now that everyone kind of knows what you're doing, and once you tell them what you're looking to do, and they're a lot more willing to be like, okay, we're not going to ask you if you're going to have a drink, or we're going to understand if you're not going to eat what we're eating and have a salad or bring your own food. I think some of my family members would like to do it, but a lot of them are like, well, how do you say no? I really want to have that drink, and my mom really likes wine. Like, I don't think she's willing to give that up to do what I'm doing. So, but I don't think any of the people that have shown interest are willing to do that yet. I'm more than willing to help, because I think there's a lot of questions and A lot of things that I can share. Not that I know it all, but I've learned a lot so far in this journey.
What changes have you noticed in your physiology and your physique?
My body is a lot more toned. Like my pants are looser. Like I can't really see a ton of weight fluctuation. Like I don't think that's really been my goal either. I think that's fine, but I just feel overall like tighter. Like I don't know how else to explain it, but my body is just so much more in shape than it ever has been. My clothes are a lot looser, and people start to notice now. They're like, "Oh, like stop losing weight." I'm like, the thing is, I haven't really lost a lot of weight. Maybe, I don't know, 5 or 10 pounds. A lot of it is just eating better and doing the work, and I have the muscle under there. It's just having my diet on track to get the results.
What's that highlight moment where you kind of stopped and things were different for you?
I think when people start to notice, that's a big thing. You can go along for a couple months and nobody notices. And just being in this RBT process, I'm not one of those ones who dropped a ton of weight at the beginning, and a lot of our team members did. So seeing them progress and doing really well. In the beginning, I'm like, well, I'm not seeing any results. So it's kind of hard when you're not seeing the immediate results of your work.
And that also might have a lot to do with that first month or so of not really wanting to nail the diet down and make those necessary changes to really get your RBT transformation underway. Even when we're not hanging out, I know you're working hard.
Yeah.
But I think that's sort of been the big lesson for you, Holly, is that when we talk about, 80% of the success of this lies in the nutrition, when you're talking about that last 10 pounds or that sculpting, there's no statement truer than that. And you're living proof of it now that you're getting 80% of that.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Of that nailed. Where are you going with this? What's your goal? What's your end game?
I don't know if I have an end game, because I'm thinking like, this is a great lifestyle. I feel better about myself. I don't like to think that, okay, RBT is going to be over and this is just going to be over.
Here's my after shot and hand me a pizza.
Yeah, no. And I think it's just retraining your body. I don't want sweet stuff anymore. Having crap food makes you feel like crap. I love French fries, and I haven't had French fries in, I don't even know how long, maybe once or twice over this entire
They're going to disappoint the heck out of you next time.
Yeah, they did, and I felt sick after eating them. I was like, this is not normal. I've loved these since I was a child. Like, this is my favorite foods. I just want to be able to continue to push myself, and I think both the RBT group and training regularly with you is kind of what I see myself doing.
You've had a very pivotal life event in the last 5 days of your life.
Yes. I got engaged over Christmas. So super exciting. I guess that's something to work towards. Being in the best shape I can be. Like, I would be fine to, get married tomorrow. As I said, like, I really am fine.
That'd be great.
I want to be in the best shape that I possibly can be in. That'll be when kind of my friends and family kind of jump on the journey too. My sister is really game to get in shape. So I think that's kind of been the extra
awesome.
Motivator.
Your fiance, he's been nothing but supportive.
He's totally supportive, but not on game with the healthy eating, and the gym stuff is not his thing, which is fine. That's the hard part, is that, he makes those unhealthy choices, and that's where you have to, it's kind of like a pivotal point for me, in that I have to say, no, like, I'm doing this. I have to go for this. I don't want to push him though. I've been coming to the gym for, 2 years now.
Well, it's funny because you came by way of him.
Yeah, I came with him, and I even said, I'll buy you the membership, we'll go together.
And you showed up.
Yeah, I came, he didn't. I think it has to be someone else's decision. I can't force him to do it. So if he doesn't want to do it, I'm not going to be that person to say, you need to come to the gym with me, because it's just going to make him unhappy. So he has to decide for himself that he wants to come. And once he makes that decision, I'll be more than willing to have him come with me, or, this is my place now, but I'll let him in. So
David is like this.
Doing amazing. I'm the worst trainer in the world to him. I am giving it to everybody, but poor David.
But he's doing really well with it.
I know.
Like yesterday, he was here doing his workout. He had all the books out, training manuals, and he was going back and forth between sets. And that exercise looks interesting, and I think I want to try this. But what I think is different about David is he likes that. Like, I'm going to throw this scenario at you. Okay, let's see what I can do with it.
Yes.
That sounds like fun.
He got a slow start.
Yep.
Between,
he was dealing with injury.
Oh my gosh. So MRI reveals 2 torn meniscus in both knees.
Yep.
And he had torn muscle on his rib.
Yep.
So, man, we got a slow start. And he was really down.
Yep.
And he was like, I just don't think I could do this. And I said, you know what? You've got history those muscles are going to
Yeah, they have-
remember who they were once, because we met in the gym and
Yep.
I had him up to 200 pounds
Yep.
back in the day.
Yeah.
So I know what he
It's
looked
there.
like before
Yep.
life and kids and all
Yep.
of his, what he has to do to hold our family together. This is the thing that David's really gotten right this time, probably more than he's ever gotten right before, is the nutrition. Like, I know, having been through a show recently, my house has become lockdown, chicken, rice, vegetables, and I think that he's really this time taken the cue from
embracing
me.
that.
There's a lot more of that diligence to the protein, the timing of his meals,
Yep. And I've seen
before
that.
bed, all those things.
I've noticed the consistency. So, I mean, I'm here every day. He's here every day. That's been brand new.
Yeah.
You know, he makes sure he gets in, and it's usually around the same time of day.
Yeah.
That way, once he's got the kids sorted out, he's got whatever life things he needs to get done that day sorted out, he comes in, he does his workout, and then it's like, okay, now I gotta go get the kids, and, goes back to his life. I think every day
He
loves try this.
He loves that. He really enjoys that with you. That
A little science
today.
experiment.
I said, "What's today?
Science
You
experiment.
Try some hide."
Yeah.
All good. So it's hard for a wife and a husband, just because there's all the other
course.
static in the way. But I'm really proud of him, and
Yeah.
I've never seen him take it on so seriously.
Yeah.
So no matter what he says, I'm going to say the RBT was really good for him. It was kind of neat for me to say, because usually it's the other way.
Yeah.
To say, you know what? I'm in the back seat now.
Yep.
Baby cakes. You drive.
Yep.
Go give her.
I think he's thriving with that.
It's awesome. How has your radical body transformation been going?
Very radical. This is the same shirt I wore for our original interview. And I thought it was kind of funny. I pulled it out of the cupboard today. And like many other shirts that I have, it barely fits me. It's kind of extreme to show the difference in looking at that first video. So I've had a great time doing this. It's been life-changing. When I first heard of RBT and that we were doing it here at Bodilogix again, I thought, what a great opportunity for me to do something for myself, because you know what it's like having children. We have our 2 children and we built this business. It's hard with the children at their age. It was hard to, there's always excuses with the gym, but it was hard to make the time to really do it and go at it. Being part of a show kind of helps motivate you a little bit. But I thought that instead of just always trying to sell this place to people, and talk the talk about it, I thought, why don't I use this great facility, all the knowledge that's here from our trainers, the things that I've learned, to really transform myself. Another bonus of RBT was to be able to, spend more time with you too, right? Whether we were at least across the room 15 years ago or so, you were able to transform me then. I think I was close to 200 pounds.
It's kind of interesting because I remember this guy.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a really long time.
That's what happens with kids. So we built this temple here, and here I am, for lack of a better word, playing the mom role, and we did well with that.
You're a very good mom.
Well, thank you. What can I say?
Well, I spend so much of my time here. It's not a case I've ever thought of you making excuses for not having the time to do this. You didn't have the time to do this.
I think at their age now, they can come here. I've been working outside, hadn't been eating a lot. I think I was 164 pounds.
You scared me.
And very weak. I had my spinal fusion about a year and a half before that. I got torn knee, meniscus in my knee.
In each knee.
That was my number one thing, was to get strong, get healthy, so I can be even a better father. Pick the kids and throw them around. When we had planned to train together, which never works.
I find it ironic that I still end up staring at you across the gym and not yet able to get to you. You're over there.
Be able to reach me.
Doing your thing, and I'm cheering you on from afar to see you back again, like to see you and to see you take it to the next level.
I watch you and Alison here put so much time into everybody else. You've done some awesome transformations, both you guys, with your clients. All of my training, although it wasn't with you, was Andrea's techniques and philosophies.
What's your highlight so far?
Oh, that's easy one. Our daughter Emily's 9, and she always wants me to pick her up and throw her around and piggyback and this and that. And it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. She said, "Dad, pick me up and do this little thing where I toss her in the air." Usually I'd be like, "Okay, I got to get ready for this, right?" Here, just let me stretch and warm up, Emily. I just literally picked her up and I threw her up in the air. I launched her like a few inches at least. Talk about getting strong, and that was just like cherry on top or whatever to do that. So that was definitely the best moment. I had this 4 and 5 of my vertebrae fused, but still pain all the time. But once I got this going on, getting stronger in my shoulders and my neck and the whole being of my whole body, right? I wake up in the morning now and it's like I'm ready to jump out of bed. You know me, I'm not a morning guy, right?
No.
Just like someone is overweight, you know, they may wear different outfits and do different things. Being a skinny guy, I've been that weight often and people don't realize it. But if I wear like a tighter pair of pants, people are like, oh my God, what happened to you? Once I started putting the weight and strength on, I didn't want to miss anything. I didn't want to miss a meal. I didn't want to miss my protein time every 3 hours, whatever. If you miss some time, it just, my metabolism is working against me. It's like I've got a tapeworm or something. It's just eating me.
I couldn't be happier to see you eating and to see you building and to see your attitude change as a wife, to see your confidence return. When two people in a marriage look after themselves,
the romance escalates, you say?
You appreciate each other's efforts, don't you think?
Well, we see it happen time and time again. It just makes me love Bodilogix even that much more now.
I would absolutely forgive and understand to say, the timing for me just isn't right now. My life just blew up. I have to pick up my radical body transformation later, and you didn't.
I thought very seriously about doing that. Probably a week after we started it, my significant other left. And left me with a 2-year-old. So after we bought a house 3 months prior. As much as I haven't been here that much, when I am here, it means a lot that you guys are here, and you're pushing me, and you're telling me all I need to hear, none of this garbage that, oh yeah, well, just take your time. No, it's get your ass into the gym.
I know you've got a good family network.
I do,
I understand that, and that's obviously key
Yes.
in helping you find some time, alleviate some time, get some help.
And friends have been fantastic as well. And they're gonna help me out a little bit more. We talked a little while ago about me coming after hours, because I haven't been able to get here.
We are the by any means necessary RBT group, so we just decided you needed a key to the gym.
Yes, which is
You
fantastic.
need to just, whenever you can get that time, we have to make that happen.
Yes.
So,
And I've got some
and
friends
then-
who are gonna help accommodate that in the new year, as soon as they get back from their lovely little holidays.
you have still managed to make headway
Yes.
in all of this.
Not as much headway as I would like, but
I think
definitely
you're overly
headway.
hard on yourself.
Maybe that's a part of it.
Because like I said, most people would have said, I'll see you later. You came off from the very beginning really strong.
I try to have a strong attitude about this kind of stuff. There's no point in going into something like this half-assed. If you don't have your full ass into it, then there's no point in doing it. You know, at that point, you're just gonna quit.
I think you even had an injury from a Tough Mudder.
I did a very minor injury. It wasn't anything exciting. It was
A
just
little bit of time away with some
yeah,
healing.
some healing.
Has your goal changed in any way with where you're going?
Yes, 100%.
Tell me about that.
My goal when I started this was to hit a number. I was this number when I started, and I wanted to be this number when I finished. I don't care about the number anymore. My big goal right now is to be healthy. I don't care whether I'm 180 pounds healthy, 160 pounds healthy, 100 pounds healthy, I don't care. As long as I'm healthy, I'm able to run around with my child and not be out of breath and not say, Mommy has to sit down for a minute, Mommy can't do this anymore.
Right.
I also want to be able to give her somebody to look up to and have a body positive focus.
I'm so in love with you.
I don't want her to live her life when she's growing up and seeing everything in the media and looking at all these famous people and saying, Mommy, I wish I looked like that. I don't want her to think that way.
Your biggest struggle so far, other than
Everything else?
Yes.
Food is my big one because I'm an emotional eater.
Oh dear.
Yes, so with all the emotions that have been circling me for the last 5 months, it's been really tough to say no. So I have somebody who's good at meal planning, who's going to help me.
Oh,
with it.
terrific, yes.
And somebody who has the motivation to go every Thursday, whether it's here to the Y. I'm trying desperately to come here.
Have you had any moments where you just wanted to throw in the towel?
Several. I'd say more moments that I've wanted to throw in the towel that I haven't. But I'm not going to. When he left, that was a big one. I can't do this at that point. This is not important to me. This is not what I need to focus on. I need to focus on how am I going to keep my house? How am I going to keep my daughter? How am I going to function as a single adult on a small income?
Wow.
But no, I can't throw in the towel because what does that say to my daughter? It says, as soon as life gets tough, you stop, you quit. I said to you in the email that it came at the worst time. That's how I had been thinking. But I'm trying to restructure my thinking. It came at the best time. What other time could I do this where I wouldn't say, ugh, got other stuff on the go? I have somebody who didn't really support me. I think you and I were talking when we were on the radio show. One of the first nights that I went home, offered me a drumstick.
Yeah.
No, I just took on this weight loss competition and you're telling me to eat a drumstick? No thanks. So it came at the best time. As much as it sucks and as much as life kind of sucked at the time,
Yeah.
it's the best way to focus my energy. There's nowhere else for it to go. If I do anything negative, then I'm just hurting myself. So might as well focus the energy into something good.
I know it's been a hard road. Yeah, I know you fell off the wagon a few times and wait a minute, you look really good. You look really good. Like you look like I need to stop the production, get my measuring tape out and do the measure that we could do before, after, doesn't matter. But no, it had to happen right now. And I'm really glad that I did that because upon my discovery, the spidey sense in the room is right. A few of us have been whispering, she looks really good, eh? Yeah, she does look really good. And it's not just her hair. Melissa's down 24 inches. She's down 24 inches. She's up 1 pound of lean body mass, but she's lost 10 pounds of absolute just fat. I'm really glad we stopped and just took those numbers. He says, I get you lined up to do this exercise, and I'm looking at you and thinking, parts of Melissa are missing. Like she wears baggy clothes to the gym.
Yes,
and I never see her in like, what a great job we have, eh? Yeah. Like I know as much as at times it's like, oh my God, this is crazy, right? Dealing with, when they tell you what's going on in their life and all the setbacks that they've had, and a number of our RBTers have had real big, life-changing setbacks. Melissa Brown, she's one that had like huge setbacks. When we talk about still hanging on, I think she was 2 weeks into the project.
Her relationship fell apart.
Her partnership fell apart, and now she's a single mom on her own, and that's enough for most people to say, I can't do this right now. I have this big fire in my life, and I got to go deal with it. But she incorporated everything and said, no, part of my physical health is going to be taking care of myself through this process. And although she's certainly had a few moments,
and then she had a bunch of health stuff. Good.
Yeah, and then sick as a dog. A couple of
the Norwalk virus
illnesses just attacking her, and she keeps getting up and keeps walking in the door. Anything we can do, and for somebody who wants to do anything to make it happen, right? I always say, you show me your commitment, I'll show you mine.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's how this whole deal works.
Yep.
And of course, our other big motto is, the day I care more than you do, we're done.
Yep. Yeah, it's true. No, she's been impressive to watch, because I know if that was me at that age dealing with that, it would have been really easy to quit.
I'll do this later.
Yeah.
Yeah, my timing's off. She knows that is so part of empowering her to deal with all of this that's going on in her life. She's just a lovely girl.
And I think this came to her at the right time. I think she recognized this sense of community and family within this group when she lost that out of her relationship. And I think she really embraced that and took that on, and she's using it.
I was really happy when there was communication with the group to alert us to what was happening. How many of our group absolutely rallied to her side and said, oh my gosh,
we're here
for you, and we're right here for you.
Yep.
And that was great. Like we've certainly had a few moments like that where as we put this group together and you see how they support each other.
Yeah. Those look great. So, what
Hi, Alison.
What biggest physical change do you think you've noticed throughout this process?
Well, like we were talking about before, I had an agitated rotator cuff problem, and I thought this might further injure it, but it strengthened it.
For sure.
So, and that's what I was hoping to do with my knees, but unfortunately that's not the case.
You mentioned too about your golf game.
I was concerned that working out, I would be stiff and sore all the time and not able to swing a golf club. So what actually happened this past summer is the opposite. I played the best golf of my life. I never felt terribly stiff or sore. So.
Well, we were pretty conscious about making sure we split up your workouts and your muscle groups.
We were both very conscientious of form versus heavy weights. I'd rather use light weights and have as close to perfect form as possible.
You are very much a perfectionist, and I think that speaks a lot to your dedication to this process. You want to make sure you're doing it properly. You're not just pushing the weights around.
Along with breathing, which when we first started was completely wrong. I had it in my head the opposite way. And through many sets of hyperventilating.
There were a few dicey sets in there.
Finally having it figured out, and now not
Overbreathing.
exaggerating it. Overbreathing, is that a term?
So we built a foundation that is injury-free and that you can build upon with great form, with great structure. And I think that's really important. What has been one of your biggest, some kind of change that occurred?
Is this when I can talk about pull-ups?
You can talk about pull-ups, for sure.
No, I'm 51 years old, and never in my life have I been able to do a pull-up. It just physically was impossible. Mentally,
you thought it was impossible.
And even when we started, and some people around the gym had done them, I saw them do one, and a couple months went by, and I thought I'd try one again. And so now I'm able to do, if you put a gun to my head. It was absolutely impossible. No matter what I did, no matter how much work we did, that was never, so that's going to be my benchmark now for anything that I think is impossible.
Right.
As far as I have a lot of work to do on my abs and my glutes and my legs, my cardio. When I think that, I physically can't have a six-pack or run 5 kilometers without stopping or whatever it might be. I mean, I just have to look back on the pull-up. So that's going to be my kind of thing that I thought was impossible, that became possible in just a matter of a couple of months.
As we've gone through these last few months, life throws a bunch of stuff at you, and regardless of what has been thrown at you, you've been here. You've trained when it's been too hot, you've trained when it's been too cold, but you've been here. You've changed your mindset about all this.
Well, yeah, I mean, some days I feel like this is all I have. I mean, I've through all these ups and downs. Prior to meeting you, Alison, I was trying to do something on my own, and regardless of what any people might think that are thinking of get a trainer, because there's that, I don't want to disappoint you by just not showing up. But if I were doing it on my own, it'd be, I'm always very good at disappointing myself. Companionship, having somebody
What's having someone to walk beside you?
Give you advice and kind of be my psychiatrist from time to time as well. So,
we have lots of fun too.
Yeah, it has been a lot of fun. I enjoy coming here a lot, and I'm very fortunate to have got this going. I think in the next 4 months, challenge myself to things I didn't think were attainable.
In order to keep the shoulders down, pump that chest up, pull through the elbows. Yeah, we're gonna do a lot of reps here. Struggle on the face. Shoulders down, chest up, pull, keep pulling. We're gonna make these muscles pop out. One of the things we still need to focus on is nutrition.
With my life issues and relationship duress and everything like that, I'm scrambling from one household to the next. Although my business was really strong a couple months ago, financially it's a challenge to eat properly. I know that sounds pathetic.
You know what, that's very real though. A lot of people feel that way.
A lot of people think that everyone in my industry is rolling in cash, but I scramble for $20 off friends and family and wonder where my next meal's coming from a lot of the times. Regardless of that, I have a bit of a sugar problem.
Yeah, we need to cut the popsicles out.
Even though I've been dry 8 months, many alcoholics will replace it with candy and ice cream and everything like that. And I'm no different. Although it's been off and on, generally I've been a smoker for 30 years. And I quit at rehab for 2 weeks and started again. Apart from having a drinking problem, it's the worst thing I've done to my health. Now that they're banning my menthol cigarettes January 1st, it might make it easier to quit again. I'm very good at quitting. I just believe that my fitness level can absolutely explode this time around if I eliminate smoking and start eating properly. Now, unfortunately, my metabolism and my body has become attuned to its poor eating habits.
Right. There it is. Come on, come.
That's it.
How are things at home? What's going on in your personal world?
Oh no, not that things aren't very good. As much as I spend a lot of time with my wife and my son, it hasn't been going very well. And I know this happens to a lot of other people, but it was never supposed to happen to me. So it's pretty sad, and I don't know if she'll ever change her mind or not, or forgive me. But right now it's very challenging. My mother-in-law's in the hospital dying. She's got hours or days or maybe a week or two. So that sort of delays the process of trying to better the relationship with my wife, if that's even possible. My dad went into the hospital at 3 o'clock this morning, and I mean, he's been living on borrowed time for a while, but obviously we hope that he'll be okay, and after this session I'll be heading to the hospital to visit one or both of them.
Very sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thanks. So,
But you're here anyway. Which... I'm sorry to hear that. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. You're here. You're here still. Which is huge. And you're loving yourself enough to be here.
well, I don't know about that.
You're still here.
I'm not going to stop. Thankfully, I have an understanding trainer who I owe a lot of money to.
We're a good team.
Thanks, Alison.
You're more than welcome.
That just happened. I just found out at 7:30. Well, I mean, he's got Parkinson's, and he's got, he had triple bypass 15 years ago, and he's very overweight, and he's got a cold, and that developed some chest pains. So, it may be nothing, and maybe everything.
Strength, power, confidence, love, passion, wealth, honesty, respect, beauty, empathy, knowledge, humor, romance, conviction, faith, loyalty, understanding, desire, restraint, balance, happiness, commitment, vitality, compassion, and victory. Winston Churchill once said, in life, you must always look out for number one. If number one is safe, satisfied, and strong, then and only then can he truly take care of number two and number three. I always took those words to heart. After 10 years of raising 2 children, building a great business, and nurturing a wonderful marriage, it was finally time for me to take care of number one. After my radical body transformation, I can now say with conviction that I not only understand those words I stated, but I also live them each and every day with zest, vibrance, and passion.
So Holly, love her.
Legs, we call her.
Yeah, she is legs. She's one of these people that is just about sculpting and shaping, and she came late to the party in terms of the nutrition. That
She
shocked
liked
me.
her bad food.
She did.
She liked her sweet.
And she said, I'm a healthy eater, and I kind of believed her for a little while because she's a slim girl.
Yeah, you look at her,
You know?
but I think she was that stereotypical, I don't want to call her skinny fat,
Soft, though,
She
for
was
sure.
soft, and she
Yeah.
had bad habits,
Very
bad food
bad.
habits.
Oh
But
my gosh.
she could get away with it because she was so
It's
thin.
and the
So
height.
the necessity to learn good eating just wasn't there. It's the same as it would be with someone who was overweight.
But as we started to put those protocols in terms of getting enough protein, spacing out the meals, checking out some carbs, cycling ideas, making better choices, it's amazing how her body's really changing.
She has a bum all of a sudden.
Yes.
And I mean, I know
does.
she
And the
trains
shoulders
lower
are squaring
half.
out.
Like,
her posture was always a bit of a concern. From
Right.
the day that I started training, it was like, okay, we got to turn Holly inside out because
Yep.
for a tall girl, it happens all the time, right?
of course, they shrink down
You
into
know, all
themselves.
their friends are a foot shorter their
Yep.
whole life.
Their whole
so
life.
you want to be part of the group.
Yep.
And just to celebrate that height, right? Because I mean, we're all insanely jealous of
Yep.
that look now. Of
Yeah,
course,
her legs come up to my
in grade
armpits.
5, not so much.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's really been fun, and her attitude, her enthusiasm.
She's great. She's come late to the party in terms of some nutrition and building
Yeah.
what she has, but what she's always been great at is her consistency. So
She
she has a
loves the
great
gym.
she has a great attitude.
Loves it.
She loves being here.
Yeah.
She's here on her off days. You don't have to worry about directing her. She goes and she has her workout card and she knows what she's doing and she does it well.
Get texts from her. We're doing legs on this day. What should I do on that day? Right.
So she's
we're
really
always
taking
working
control.
together.
She's
Yeah.
taking control of her own fitness when she's not with you.
Yes.
So I think she's succeeded in that aspect right from the get-go.
Yeah. So much fun to work.
Yeah, and she's always been willing to learn. She's been very open to learn. When she didn't know something, she asked, and she's learned it, and now she's committed it to memory. So she has that.
And she's another one that if she ever said to me, like, I think I want to try.
Oh, I keep trying to push her out, like almost weekly. I'm like, you know,
Just
those,
with those
long
legs.
legs would look great in a sparkly bikini and a pair of heels. Just
I love
saying.
that. Is it us? Holly?
Yes.
It's been 1 year since we embarked on a very interesting journey when you signed on to participate in the Radical Body Transformation here at Bodilogix.
It's crazy. I can't believe it's already been a year.
Why did you want to participate in this challenge?
I was coming to the gym, but I didn't really have a goal, and I wanted to try and push myself as much as I could, get all aspects of my life on a healthy journey. I think I definitely learned the tools through RBT and our group meetings and through the other members who have done this at the gym to be able to continue to do this and to implement the necessary things to get the results.
What are some of the harder aspects that you had to get your head around over the last year trying to make that transformation?
I think by far the hardest was the nutrition. I have no problem coming to the gym. I could come 5-6 days a week. I love coming here. I like making the time. It's a good relief of stress and it's just a great place to be. My job is on the road and sometimes at a desk, so I never know where I'm going to be able to say heat up a meal that I have or know what's available to me.
Aha moments.
Lifting weights that I've never lifted before, I think that is a big aha moment. Like, it's just crazy to think like where I started and where I am now and how much my strength has gone up, how much my muscle mass has gone up. Kind of mind-blowing to me actually when, we lift heavy things in our training sessions. I can row 50 pounds. I'm like, wow, like where did this come from?
This year has been a big, big year for you because some really nice guy asked you to marry him.
Yes.
And that's happening in like days.
Yes. Yeah. Under a month. So
has that put a little pressure on you in the gym or has it been more in your way?
I don't think it's put pressure on me because I'm happy with where I've come. I don't feel like I'm going to look back at my wedding pictures and be like, oh, like I wish I had done this or done that. Now it's just kind of sticking the course until the wedding's over. And not that it's going to be a big change once the wedding happens.
Moving forward, what's your next goal? When the camera stops and we're done chatting like this in our fireside chat setting.
I don't think I need the camera to have a goal. It was just a great motivation to do it. And now like we've developed the tools, I feel myself and you, and I love coming to train with you and you're able to push me. I don't want to give that up. And it's now a part of my life. I don't know what I'd do with my 4 or 5 days a week that I see you, that I'm here. What can I do with my time? But I think my next goal will be maybe going to the Arnold's as a gym trip in Ohio, hopefully in March.
Cat's out of the bag. Our Bodilogix is doing a little road trip to the Arnold Classics, but there's rules with this trip.
Yes.
If you're going to get on the bus, what's the rule?
15% body fat. So that's a good motivator for everyone who wants to go. Not a camera star. Because I laugh after all this. When I do something hard, I'm like, yeah, I did it, kind of thing.
Mark, he's dealing with a lot of life stuff.
And he's poker face Mark.
He's poker face Mark. He has moments of true humor and lightness.
Yes.
But he's dealing with a lot. He's a lot on his shoulders.
He does. I had no idea.
I talked to him. He's here 4 days a week. But yeah, he every once in a while drops a
big one.
A big life bomb.
Is there anybody else you could be more sympathetic or pulling for?
No.
Like, oh my God, right? Like,
no. And you know, I'm pulling for him.
Hang in there, you know.
And he
like,
is though.
Oh my gosh. That's the beautiful part.
I know. Like, I'm pulling for him, but he's still pulling for him. He's had everything thrown at him, but he's still pulling for him. And that's the part that I think that's the biggest part for him. Yes, he's not as skinny as he was. He's put some muscle on,
got a
and
little bit of size,
you know, he's trains with great form. He's more sociable. But the biggest thing for him is he's here still. He's here. He's not giving up. He's not throwing in the towel. He's not letting life take him down.
And it's trying.
He's here.
Yeah.
And so that's the biggest triumph for him.
The last time I spoke with you, I think I said something to the effect of, I can't quit because if I quit, that sends the wrong message to my daughter. And that's part of the reason I'm here. I need for her to understand when she watches this eventually, if she ever does, that I did try. I tried to get here, but then finances got in the way. It costs money to go to the gym. And then time got in the way. You have 2 jobs when you're trying to sustain a household.
Time gets in the way.
And when you're a single parent, as many of us know, daycare is only open until a certain time. Play mental health, physical health, all of these things that just add up and add up and add up. It just feels overwhelming, and the overwhelming feeling doesn't leave a whole lot of room for personal growth. It's kind of embarrassing. It's embarrassing not to have been here. It's embarrassing to come back and having seen, and I know there's a lot of excellent success stories that have come out of this, but it's embarrassing for me to come back after having been so hell-bent on getting this done and being so excited about doing it and succeeding so well in the first little while and using that turmoil to push myself forward and then falling off the radar.
We talk about overcoming obstacles all the time as part of making transformation, or just the fact that there are a lot of stories where people they do logistically have a mountain before them, and you are absolutely that girl. I am really, really proud of you for sitting in this chair beside me, because we had a lot of people start RBT, and we did have a lot of, and are showing a lot of fantastic success stories, but we have had a number of them where we've never seen them again. And the fact that you really wanted to finish your story because you're not a quitter, this is something you've had to just put to the side, dealing with so many of these really huge, very important issues with regards to family and your daughter, and going back to school and getting re-educated in something to continue to be the parent that you want to be and provide for her is admirable. Eventually, when you can make it happen, would you try to fit in for yourself?
Absolutely.
I would say you have to promise me that you're going to spend more time and effort on you.
Absolutely. Right now, I'm trying to rebuild first my mental health. I've got to get that down first. And once that's kind of solidified, I would like to get back into this.
Because you are a single mom, because you are dealing with mental issues, having to cope with all of this that is happening to you, and trying to stay above water at the same time that you're trying to re-educate yourself to continue to care for your family. Would you accept, please, on behalf of Bodilogix Fitness, a 6-month membership, absolutely no cost, to come and train at Bodilogix when you can find the time? You've been through enough. Alison, I gotta tell you, I don't know what I would do if you weren't here.
I don't know what I would do if you weren't here.